good game. I thought, you guys did really, really well and just overall as a unit. You guys came up a little short, but it's all right. You did. It's the Raging Cajuns, and they're, just that treat to play that type of team, ranked team, in a bowl game. And like you said, your program not the best in the past couple of years, but you guys are really looking great, and you're going like this. You're on a really big uphill climb, but you guys are making that climb a lot easier for your quarterbacks, for you, and just as a unit, you guys are performing really well. So really excited to see what you guys can do next year. And were you nervous for the First Responders Bowl at all? Like your first bowl game as a college student? Was it any emotion?
Yes, most definitely. I was the night before I actually called my dad, because it's a big game. Uh, and I got to play in a state championship, but it's still like college, it's a different animal.
Exactly.
And being able to play in that game, ooh, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I was more excited than nervous, but I got those butterflies in my stomach, like yeah, we're about to play on national TV with against a great opponent. Like, oh man, this is the life.
Yeah, I mean, that I can only imagine what your team was feeling that night. Just, before that game, crazy game, came down to the final couple possessions. You guys lost just barely, came up just short. If you guys have not watched that yet, definitely go watch that game and highlights. Very good game. Well played. And at halftime of the First Responders game, you were down 17-7. What was said in that locker room? What was your coach saying to you guys?
Well, our coach, Coach Trailer, basically, or no, it was Coach Lunny, because Coach Trailer was out with COVID at that time. Coach Lunny basically said that we've been in this situation before, we've been down, we're used to this adversity. Let's just go out there. It's one play at a time. Don't try to get it all back in one play. Trust your coach, trust yourself to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, and we're gonna make this a dogfight. It's gonna come down to the last play, and it ended up coming down to the last play. We're all so bought into the culture that we didn't have any trouble believing what he said to us in that locker room.
Yeah, you guys, it was a real dogfight to the end. You guys really stuck with them. And although people were saying that they were going to, destroy you guys, win the game by a lot, you guys really hung in there and you were right next to them the whole game. You were just like right there, keeping the door cracked open, the whole game. So really respect you guys for that. And what was your favorite game this season? Do you have a favorite game that you played this season?
Um, let me think. Let me think. We played some good ones. I don't. You know what? I'll probably go with Texas State, just because that was my first collegiate game, and we're up by, I don't know, 20. They come back, tie it up. We go to overtime. Uh, our One of our receivers makes a phenomenal one-handed catch to send it into a second time, and then we went on a game-winning field goal in the second overtime. That was just like, you want to talk about welcome to college football. That was amazing, and San Marcos was a great atmosphere. Considering like with all the social distancing, there were quite a bit of fans there, and Coach Traylor got to have his first win in his first game at UTSA, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. That's what
Yeah,
that's
that game was great.
that probably that yeah that was my favorite game.
That definitely was emotion rush for sure. Emotional rush, roller coaster, 100%.
Yes.
So did when you were a younger person, a younger version of yourself, did you look up to anyone, NFL, or that's the NFL people in college at the time? You have like a role model that you looked up to, or still look up to in the NFL, or
I would say like personality wise, uh, my dad is someone who I look up to, and then football wise, I always looked up to the way that Adrian Peterson ran, football.
yeah,
My dad, he's great. He's a great person. He cares more about others than himself, so I tried to, steal that from him. And Adrian Peterson just runs so hard.
yeah, he's great. He's awesome, and that's someone that you can really look up to. He's just puts his foot in the ground and just doesn't, keeps his head down and doesn't look back, just goes straight, eyes forward, straight ahead, looking for the end zone. That's great. And last question, what was it like playing football during the coronavirus this season? Were there like any troubles? Did you have a fun time? What was your experience like as first season in college? So
Because I don't have a another college season to compare it to. I mean, I know it's different. We got COVID tested 3 times a week. But the main difference that I would say, just talking to other players, is like the sacrifices you have to make. So the football team's kind of in its own little bubble, and if you go out of that bubble, then you're jeopardizing everyone else on the football team. So I think it speaks a lot to our team and our team's character that we were able to play a full, I think it was 12 or 13 game season,
Yeah.
making the sacrifices, staying in our bubble, just our roommates and other football players. Uh, and because we're doing from June, so that's a long time. That's nearly 6 months where it's just like we're the only people we see. So I'd say that's probably the biggest difference between this season and other seasons is we it was like almost no outside contact with anyone else.
Yeah, being in a bubble is definitely hard, but I mean, you guys were committed all season, had a full season to an extent, great season you guys had. You guys were successful, made it to a bowl game, and just amazing season. Everyone, college football wise, not a lot of games for you guys were canceled, I believe. So that was definitely good. You got a couple games canceled, but not like all of them. You didn't have like the Big Ten where it was 6 games. You had a
Right.
full schedule, so that was great. And really appreciate you coming on the show again. Really, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on the show. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It
Thank
was a
you.
lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon. Bye.